Fausto Godoy coming out to represent Cicero Costha first. Fausto ranked the #2 brown belt on earth in his...
And now their opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, 10th Planet Montreal.
So really interesting matchup right off the hop. George Tsatas, one of the smallest competitors that we have on the quintet stage, and a purple belt, coming up against a 210-pound brown belt from Cicero Costha.
This is what I love about the quintet, and why I think it's becoming so popular. Is it's not just about one versus one. It's a team structure, so it really goes into planning how you have your guys go against each other and what spot they fill.
And you can see that that George has elected for a 4-minute match instead of an 8-minute match. And this is one of the nuances of the rule set. If there's more than a 20-kilogram weight difference between the two athletes, the smaller of the two athletes actually has the choice.
Oh, it's a choice.
It is.
Okay.
We used to do just the 4 minutes, but I like the strategic nuance of electing for a longer or a shorter match. The shorter match tends to be edging towards the idea of stalling your opponent out, just not getting submitted. But again, with the rule set, you have to be active, you have to be engaging.
Do you think that would be more beneficial for the smaller guy, having, usually more cardio in that sense?
It's hard to say. That's why I like the strategic element of it, right? Because it's up to them to decide how they want to play that out. Fausto electing to pull guard, playing a version of De La Hiva here. Trying to
sit back
that ashy control, looking to reap over on the outside is George.
So reaping is allowed, but no heel hooks.
Correct, and no neck crank. So twisters are also prohibited.
Okay. Back on the feet here, a lot of inside wrist control.
10th Planet, despite having the reputation of being a heavy jiu-jitsu gym, which of course it is, also has the benefit of Cicero as a coach. World champion, Olympic silver medalist, one of the most incredible wrestlers ever to represent Canada internationally.
I think that 10th Planet gets that motto from that Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, for sure.
Being more of a jiu-jitsu gym, right?
Some really interesting inversions here, playing some footlocks. That's an Estima walk that Godoy was looking for. George, fast pace with these guys.
Fausto's looking to pass the legs.
George trying to maybe isolate one of those arms inside and threaten a triangle.
This is definitely a spot where weight and size does come into play here.
Absolutely.
He's passed now, inside control. George is looking to sit up, trying to shrimp, get his hips back inside.
And George doing a good job not allowing himself to get pinned, not allowing himself to end up flat on that back.
Oh, nice scramble, ends up on top.
Really good body awareness from George. I'm impressed. First time we've seen a more traditional closed guard in this type of action. I would be looking at a stalling collar if I was here as one of the refs.
I was just about to ask you, so what is the rule set now with the stalling and implementing the action?
So the stalling call is meant to force action. There's a three strike system. So the first time there's a passivity, action is stopped, and the offending athlete is warned. The second time, they're forced to give up what's called a referee's position, which is a modified front headlock.
Okay.
And then the third time, they're disqualified.
Disqualified.
And both athletes can be disqualified simultaneously if it's a dead match.
Very cool.
1 minute left here in the action.
Fausto's got that, looks like knee on belly from this angle.
He's proceeded to full mount.
Full mount now.
Yeah. But again, with a submission only, establishing mount is not a solid submit position in no-gi.
Exactly. Yeah. MMA, it's a different story, but when there's no punches involved, it's much more limited position.
It is. It is. I've said that to my own athletes. Back control, absolutely. Front headlock control, I favor over mount. And you see George doing a good job escaping out,
going for
threading
that
the
arm.
30 seconds left in this shortened time limit.
Back on the feet.
Fausto breathing heavily.
That makes you wonder if the 8-minute match would have been more favorable.
beneficial to George.
Goes for that low single.
Almost hits it too. Almost hits it.
Costas grabs that neck.
10 seconds. If a submission doesn't occur, both athletes are DQ. Both athletes are eliminated.
Good scramble here again. George's gonna look to turn on top. Oh. And that's getting out.
Very good. So we have 60 seconds. We have 60 seconds until the next athlete has to be up.
So with neither athlete getting the submission, that leaves both athletes being eliminated. Moving on to the next round.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a point of order on the rules. If a submission does not occur within the allotted time span,